So we're outside today for a video. Are you wondering why? Wah! The wings! My wings! Hiya! Alright, so it's going to take 2 videos to get you here to make these wings. Video number 1 is the frame and electronics. Video number 2 is how to decorate them and make them look this nice. So right now you're watching video number 1, where we go over how to make the frame and how to install the electronics to make them move. After this, make sure you go and watch video number 2 to see how we decorate them, make fake feathers, and all of this stuff. All right, so let's get into making the frame. The backplate is made out of centerboard, and I cut out this shape just using a handsaw. Make sure to sand the edges smooth so nothing is sharp and scrapes your back. How come it's not lighting? I'm doing like you said! Now, Sintra is a thermoplastic, kind of like Warbler, but a lot more sturdy. So I went ahead and heated it up in the oven, which I don't recommend if you use your oven a lot, but we do not use our oven for cooking, so I went ahead and stuck it in there to get the whole thing thoroughly heated. If you do not have an oven option, you can always use a heat gun. It just takes a lot longer. It shouldn't take more than a few minutes, but once your Sintra is freely wiggly, then it's ready to go. And I also made sure that I was able to touch it with my hands, that way when I pressed it on my back, it wouldn't burn me. So be very careful when you're shaping this to your body. And at this point, I thought I was gonna be adding straps, so I went ahead and drilled holes at the top and the sides for straps. And I added straps with some webbing, but I ended up not using them, so you can go ahead and do this if you're gonna want straps, but I ended up taking them off, that's why you never see them again. I'm making it better! That's not wimpy. So this is a 6-inch one, but it's too slow. It takes about 30 seconds to go from down to up, and I don't like that. So I got 4-inch ones, and they go up in 8 seconds, so that's a lot better. So these cool things are the motors that make the wings go up and down. They are called linear actuators, and they work just with electricity, no water, no gas, no nothing. Super simple, super easy. The actual length, whether it extends 4 inches or 6 inches, doesn't matter. You're just gonna place it differently on your wing. The ones I bought came with brackets, but you might have to purchase them separately. But the ones that came with mine had these huge holes, and one wasn't even a hole, so I drilled smaller holes that I could actually place onto my PVC pipe and have them be sturdy. And here you can see me and my dad heating up the PVC and bending it to shape to match my original wing. This is all for aesthetics. I wanted my wings to have this shape, so I was bending them this way. And we cut the PVC right here, as you can see, as the place where the bend is, and they extend up and down. We originally added a joint. You can see us gluing the small pieces of PVC to the joint with PVC glue. Looking back on it, we probably could have just bent the PVC. I don't know why we got the joint, but we had it and we used it. Now for a hinge. Now these may look like little wimpy hinges, but they're made to hold up gates. Lots of weight on a horizontal axis. So going vertical, there's really not that much pressure on them, and they will hold up, trust me. Now here's the important part. You need to get both actuators on the exact same points on the wing, both at the top and the bottom, or else they will not open and close the same distances, and your wing's gonna look really funky. So we actually had to re-drill the holes for the second wing, I think 2 or 3 times before testing them out to make sure they open and close the same rates. All right, folks, don't get discouraged. This is the hardest part, is placing the actuator. You're gonna go through a lot of trial and error, but just keep moving forward.
Looks like a very complicated shape.
Oh, no, this is matching that one.
God, it's been mad.
We only have 4 inches of throw.
Wait.
Seriously?
You know what?
We only have 4 inches of throw to make it go to an exact stop point and beginning point.
Lastly, we just screwed in really long, I think they're 3-inch drywall screws, to stop the wings at a certain point so they won't fall backwards from the weight of the feathers. They're both gonna stop and look the same when they're closed.
Is it right on the money?
Yeah?
I'd say that's perfect.
Yeah, we're good. All right, good job everyone. We did a lot of work today. Go to bed, get some rest, and we're gonna continue on tomorrow. These wings take a lot of work, so try not to rush, take your time, and do it right. All right, so if you remember, my backplate is curved. So what I'm doing is I'm heating up the PVC that's going to be attached to that backplate, and I'm actually flattening it with a 2x4 so it lays more solidly against my back. Again, just for aesthetics, I wanted it thinner on my back so it didn't protrude as much. So we smushed the PVC down to about 1/2 inch, and then we heated it up again and pressed it into the curve of the backplate. Secure that into place with nuts and bolts, and make sure to put a really large washer on the back to help me to help stabilize the PVC so the bolt doesn't actually tear through the PVC pipe or your backplate. Grind, then sand off the excess bolt so it doesn't bulge through or tear your fabric or scratch your back. And on the backplate, I just cut strips of faux leather, just any thick material, and hot glued it over the bolt so it was smooth against my skin.
Who puts tile in a child's house?
What are you doing? My camera? Thank you. Don't touch it! Alright, so through a lot of debate to where to put the battery pack, I was originally gonna hide it like on the wing, but I think here is gonna be better to be able to replace the batteries and whatnot. So this battery pack holds 8 AA's, which is equivalent to 12 volts, which is what I need to power my linear actuators. It'll fit right here. I wish it fit like this, but it don't. It's gonna fit like this. We also have a switch to make them go up and down, and a fuse just to be safe. No, that's mine! How am I supposed to get anything done? Decide where you're gonna want the switch to be. Woo! And we took a little piece of spare metal we had in the garage, cut a little rectangle of it, drilled a hole, put the switch through, and this is what we used to secure the switch to the PVC since there was no hole or anything to do it otherwise. We had to make one.
So this, you want to put...
Now we need to secure the battery pack, and so I ended up putting that on my backplate. And now we're gonna start wiring it all together. So this is kind of complicated, but I'm gonna run down exactly what wire goes to where right now. All right, so I know we're going over this now that it's already done, but hopefully you're gonna understand how the wires connect. So pretty much all of the wires are going to this switch. So this wire from the actuator just goes around to the switch. Both the wires from the battery pack just go to the switch. The only exception is we put a fuse in. My dad wanted to just in case so I didn't catch fire, or I don't know what would happen, but he wanted this for safety reasons. So one of the wires from the battery pack just goes through the fuse. All right, so this is the switch. Makes it go up and down, so it has to go both ways. So there are 6 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See this big fatty wire like this? And how it's got 2 wires coming out of it? These are from the linear actuators. There's one here and one here. So all 4 of the wires from the linear actuators are soldered to the 2 middle points. And then these 2 wires are from the battery pack. The 2 battery wires are soldered to the first 2 points. So now that everything is wired to the switch, now we need to make it go the opposite way to make them go down. So you can take this wire, red one right here, and it's soldered to right here, the opposite side, diagonally. The bottom one down here is soldered to the opposite one over here. And that's it. That's how the up and down switch works.
That's right in my way, man.
Pass it, baby. Once everything is wired and you know it works, you can go ahead and secure all of the wires to the PVC or whatever frame you used using zip ties. This way they won't get caught on any moving parts and accidentally rip apart and your wings will stop working and all that bad stuff. So go ahead and go to town with the zip ties, making sure everything is safe and secure. Rotate me. Okay.
Want me to turn it off and start over again or
No,
no?
you're good. I'll edit it.
Okay, you're good.
Alright, so that concludes how I made the frame. Again, make sure to check out the second video where I go over how I add all of the feathers and make them look pretty. Alright, I need to remember what I say at the end of my videos.
Oh, so you're instructing people how to find your other videos.
Yeah. Because when you make a video, even though you subscribe to my channel, you don't always see that I posted new videos. So even when you hit that subscribe button, you also have to hit that little bell next to it. It's like subscribing twice. That little bell ensures that you actually get notifications when I post a video.
I don't do that. I've never done that on all the shoots.
I know, and don't you complain in how you don't see videos pop up and you go to someone's channel and they have 3 videos you haven't seen? Liking and commenting also helps my video.
How does that help? Seriously, how does that help?
I had to research
Everybody's
this.
like this, you know.
I know, and I never understood it at first too, but apparently it's an algorithm that YouTube has that if videos have more likes, a more view to like ratio, they'll promote it more on their searches and all their pages. So
that has nothing to do with the person.
It has nothing to do with me, but it will promote the video more on YouTube for more people to see it.
It's a percentage.
So like it if you liked
that makes
it.
total sense. Yeah.
Even if you don't like it, like the video. Help me out. Doesn't matter, just push the button. It's a button, it doesn't matter. Just push it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye! It's a wing. Good job! All done. All done. I put this cover on here just... There's an airplane flying above us. Of course. Hi, handsome.
A very hard haircut.
A very hard haircut. You look so handsome.